Hi guys, it's Christine. I wanted to come on and share a word that I believe the Lord gave me. And so this was a word that I received a few days ago in my devotional time with the Lord. And it really got me thinking about this topic of how when people try, specifically when the narcissist tries to overwhelm you with information. And what will happen is when people can see that whatever it is that they're not trying to do is working on you, what will happen is they will try to overload you with information. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you're working on a job and you're doing great on that job and you're really working like as unto the Lord to the best of your ability, and you're really working with excellence and really just performing at an optimal level of professionalism and just really a great worker, what'll happen is the people that are on that job that are trying to get you frustrated or sabotage your work or um, make it seem like, they're trying to dim your light and that, you're not as great and wonderful at your job as you really are. What'll happen is they will start to overwork you and they'll start to overload you with information. And this could be on a job, it could be in a relationship where you could just be having a regular discussion and they'll come at you with like everything but the kitchen sink that has nothing to do about anything that you're talking about. They'll bring up stuff from your past, and they'll just, it's, and what it is it's information overload. And it's really meant to cause you to become overwhelmed with the information that you're receiving so that it's really a distraction to get you to trip up, to get you to mess up, to get you to just become so overwhelmed that you don't know, where to start. And if you think of it like in the job situation I was talking about, like for example, like if you're doing a good job and you already have your regular caseload that you're working on, and then there'll be additional work that's thrown at you, and it has like, it's taking the time that you would normally take to do your regular caseload on top of that. So your regular caseload gets put on the back burner in order to take care of whatever is the priority at the time. So it's like the goalpost keeps getting pushed back. So as I was reading the other day in the Word, I realized that that was just something that had come to my mind that I felt like the Lord was putting on my heart. And it actually comes from the scripture that I wanted to read, comes from Exodus chapters 4 and to 5, verses 21. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but there was a part here that I was reading, and it says there was a part where the Egyptians, slave drivers, and the Israelites were being told to not supply any more straw for making bricks and make the Israelites get the straw from them for themselves, but still require them to make the same number of bricks as before. Do not reduce the quota. They are lazy. That's why they are crying out, let us go and offer sacrifices to our God, load them down with more work, make them sweat. This will not teach them to listen to lies, not to listen to lies. And um, so what was happening was the Egyptian slave drivers continue to push hard to meet the daily quota of bricks, just as you did when you were provided with the straw. And then they whipped the Israelite foremen and had put them in charge of the work. They had put in charge of the work crews, and they were asking them, "Why haven't you met your quotas?" And so the Israelite foremen went to Pharaoh and pleaded with him, "Please don't treat your servants like this," they begged. "We are given no straw, but the slave drivers still demand make bricks. We are being beaten, but it isn't our fault. Your own people are to blame." But Pharaoh shouted, "You're just lazy, lazy. That's why you're saying, 'Let us go and offer sacrifices to the Lord.' Now get back to work. No straw will be given to you, but you must still produce the full quota of bricks." And so it goes on to say that the Israelites saw that they were really in trouble. And it got me thinking as I was reading this that, the same thing can happen when, we are in a narcissistic relationship or toxic relationship, whether it's on the job or just any relationship with a family member, or, we can find ourselves in where there are people that are overloading us with information to try to get us to feel overwhelmed and still expecting us to basically do the same kind of work that we were doing, and on top of that, like adding things onto it. So it's like no matter how far you seem to get ahead, it's like the goalpost always keeps getting pushed back. And I want you to know that if you've experienced this, that you're not going crazy. This is not something that you are imagining. This is something that is strategically um, being manipulated against you to try to make it seem like you're inadequate or you're inefficient or you're lazy. Like Pharaoh was saying here, "Oh, you're just lazy, you're making excuses." But it was a total form of gaslighting and manipulation and domination and control and intimidation, for Pharaoh to still expect them to make the same amount of the quota, the Israelites to make the same amount of quota that they were when they were given the straw, but now they had to go and find the straw for themselves. So, and this is a tactic that a lot of narcissists use when you're in relationship with them, either on a job or in any type of um, interaction or relationship with somebody who is narcissistic or is involved in this type of, it's really witchcraft, where they will try to overload you with this type of information regardless of what it is, whether it's work or any it could be just in having a discussion, and they will bring up something that totally has nothing to do with what it is that you're talking about, or they'll bring up something so far in left field, like bring up something from your past. And it really is a tactic to throw you off track and get you off of the topic at hand so that they can have something to use against you at a later time and build a case against you and make it seem like you're the one that's not, you know, you're the ones that's not meeting the quota, or you're the one that's not meeting, your end of the stick, like with the relationship. And so don't fall for this, because this is total narcissistic, like gaslighting, and it's really meant to really take you off guard, and it really is meant to make you second guess yourself and gaslight you and make you feel like is something wrong with me? Am I not performing, or, am I not showing up for this relationship? Am I not performing to the best of my ability? And it's really meant to make you to internalize, whatever word salad that they're trying to overwhelm you with, this over stimulation, this information to short circuit your system to get you into, your fight, flight, or freeze or fawn. Your survival instincts will kick in, because then you start to second guess yourself and doubt yourself and feel all kind of like crazy making behavior, and just make it seem like, there's something wrong with you, so that you internalize what they're doing. Don't fall for it. This is really a trick of the enemy. And so I really wanted to come on here and share this word. And it was just something that I read in my devotional time with the Lord. And I wanted to come on and share this, because when I read this, I said, wow, this is truly like a tactic that I know that I've seen the enemy use in my life over and over and over again when he can't get me in one way. Like I said, whether it's on the job or whether it's just with anything. And, in this like tailspin of making, this total chaos and um nonsense, that something out of nothing. And so if this is something that you've gone through, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if this has happened to you, whether it's on a job or in a relationship where you just felt like the person was not sticking to the topic at hand. They were not sticking to the 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 work at hand. Like, it was like you just felt like no matter what you were doing, like it was like you could not get ahead, and you were just being thrown everything at you at one time to overwhelm you and to overload you with information, so that you didn't know what the priority was. Because even though you were getting your work done, or you were doing what you were supposed to do, it was like, well, yeah, but you didn't do this, or yeah, but you didn't finish that or complete that. And it's just a total form of trying to make you look like you're inadequate and you don't know what you're doing, and you are not fulfilling your duties in the proper way, and performing at your optimum level of um what the criteria is and the quote is that they're getting you to um meet that standard. So all right, guys, I hope this has helped you, and I know that it's helped me. So I will see you in the next video. Take care. God bless.